elite player at one of the front court positions.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Satoransk there with Oladipo. Then it's Chris Middleton, and it's Vucevic, and it's Parker in at the 4 spot. Now, here's Satoransky, following the miss by Michael Conley.
Well, Victor Oladipo's passing skills probably unappreciated. This guy is very unselfish and capable.
Conley, the pass to Favors. Kicks it to Bogdanovich. Misses the 3. And so Satoransky will bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. Last time they met was in Salt Lake City, Utah, where they fell to the Jazz.
Well, if they want to avoid the outcome of that first meeting, they'll need to be stronger on the glass. They were completely outmatched in the last one.
Well, you have to believe the coaching staff made that a point of emphasis. Better aggressiveness, better intensity on the backboards.
Now, here's Satoransky. After the miss from John Collins. Collins against Satoransky. Vucevic trying to get open. The shot by Satoransky, no good. For Utah, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Now the feed to Favors. And a slam dunk by Favors.
Oh, you love to see Favors get high for the slam. What an impressive vertical with that size.
Now Satoransky. Pass to Parker. Dishes it to Middleton. Just 5 to shoot. The pass to Vucevic. Utah with the rebound.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Bledsoe kicks to Conley. Pass to Bledsoe. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
That's one of the things about Bledsoe. That lightning-quick first step makes him almost impossible to stay in front of.
And one of the best defensive big men in the league, Derek Favors.
You're right, Kevin, because he's got the body to play bully ball, but the lateral quickness to deal with smaller players. When this guy gets down in his stance, he can cover some ground defensively.
Look at the big fella working on that possession. He knows how to thin guys off and get those rebounds.
Middleton with it. Favors picks him up. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Outside Conley. Pass to Bledsoe. Over Oladipo. No good from Bledsoe. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for the Pacers. Pass to Satoransky. Kicks it down to Middleton. No good with the triple. Utah trailing here. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Defended by Middleton. And it's Conley penetrating. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
So timeout called here, the first for Indiana.
I think most people consider Salt Lake City not a big free agent destination. So the Jazz are what they call a pipeline team. And what does that mean? It means they have to draft and develop their talent internally.
So Utah ends up going with a new group. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Cantor checked in for Vucevic. Leaf comes in for Jabari Parker. Warren's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Satoransky.
Victor Oladipo makes just enough threes that you've got to stay attached to him on the perimeter.
Niang passes to Giants.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. On the pass to Leaf. Back to McConnell. Passes to Warren. From deep. And the Pacers another three.
Wow, if TJ Warren makes threes with consistency, it will unlock every other aspect of his game, and that's significant, guys.
Now here's Moutier. He's covered by McConnell. Moutier with the ball. Batum for three. That one's not going to go. So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. Pacers lead by 3. Live from Vivint Smart Home Arena. One of the better two-way guards in the NBA, Mike Conley, said his inspiration.
He's one of my favorite players growing up. I had Gary Payton jersey. And
you know, Conley, maybe not the size of Payton, but Greg, he's always taken the challenge defensively.
And you can see how much of an influence the glove had on Conley. He plays a lot like him on that end.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And when you consider how the Pacers are doing, guys, what do you think?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they, Greg? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
Ilyasova out there with Giles. Then there's Emmanuel Moutier. Then there's Batum. And it's Niang in at the 3. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. And although the team didn't have much success last year, Emmanuel Moutier certainly got his career back, I thought, Doris, in the right direction.
Well, I think for Emmanuel, he had an opportunity for minutes, and he played as he needed to in order to show that he is a capable player going forward. The tools, I think, have always been there for the former number 7 pick. It's about starting to put it together consistently.
To the paint, here's Batum, and the layup's good off the glass. Batum's got his first basket of the night.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Here's McConnell. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Oladipo. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession.
And checking out the numbers here for McConnell, how he did last season. Last season, he averaged 6 points a game, 3 assists and 2 rebounds. And when he takes over at the point, he really keeps the offense flowing.
Well, this is a guy who brings a solid skill set. Excellent ball handler, high level of playmaking, the perfect backup point.
Outside Conley. Bogdanovich. That's for 2. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Bogdanovich has got his first bucket in this one. Now, here's McConnell. And Warren, here we go. The shot, no good. And so Conley will bring the ball up for the Jazz. They trail by 1. No good from Bledsoe. The Pacers have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. McConnell passes to Middleton. Back to McConnell. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. For Utah, they've gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter.
And this Pacers franchise, 6 ABA championships, but none so far in the NBA.
Well, Greg, they haven't been there very much, right? Their only finals trip came back in 2000. It took a Lakers squad led by Shaq and Kobe to 6 games. But ever since, they've been chomping at the bit to try to get back.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Kaminsky, the pass to Middleton. Stolen by Collins. Bledsoe with it. Now guarded by Middleton. Bounce pass Conley. Here's Bledsoe. Lays it up and banks it in. Bledsoe's got his second bucket.
Eric Bledsoe has the frame and the game to convert on the interior. Nicely done.
Indiana trailing here. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
Out of Wake Forest, John Collins quickly emerging as a top-notch scorer. A tremendous finisher, and his range extends out beyond the arc.
The Jazz making a switch here. Favors is checked in. Then for the Pacers, Jabari Parker's checked in for Vucevic. Leaf comes in for Frank Kaminsky. And Satoransky subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Satoransky against Conley. Satoransky, the pass to Parker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. They get Derek Favors. And players with big numbers on losing teams can be accused of empty stats. So, Greg, you take Collins's with a grain of salt?
You look at his field goal percentage, high 50s. He's not just a high usage player. He is highly efficient.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Collins. It's hauled in by Leaf.
And his defense, so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Conley, the pass to Collins. Back to Conley. Softly drops in the floater.
Gotta admire how clever Conley is. Gifted at catching the defense off guard with that soft floater.
Conley against Satoransky. And here is Warren. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. And it's blocked by Conley. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq, and for the Pacers, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. And that'll do it.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Victor Oladipo really making a difference here.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look that he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
On the court for Indiana, Vucevic is out there with Jabari Parker. Then there's Victor Oladipo. Then there's Thomas Satoransky. And it's Middleton in at the 3 side. Vucevic. That one doesn't drop. And Utah the other way now. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for them. Vucevic with the block.
Well, the reach, the timing, Vucevic using all of that 7'4" wingspan to turn that shot away.
Come on, man. Don't get
Bogdanovich, that's for 2. Goes up again. That one falls. Favors has got the lead up to 1 now for the Jazz.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Pass to Parker. To the inside. Oladipo trying to get open. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Well, Victor Oladipo won't back down from a challenge. He isn't afraid of getting a little bit nasty if the defense sort of sets the tone.
Oladipo hits them both. Coming into the NBA, Victor Oladipo, Greg, drew some comparisons to Dwayne Wade, but it was working out with D-Wade that helped take Victor's game to the next level.
Well, listen, anytime you're the second overall pick, which he was back in 2013, stardom is expected. It just took a while. Now he's got to apply that same work ethic to overcoming the knee injury.
7 lead changes now, and we're just in the third quarter.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan.
With the floater and the layup by Satoransky. Satoransky's got his second basket of the night.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Middleton on the wing. And Indiana, another three.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time, Greg. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Collins against Parker. Back to Conley. Shoots over Satoransky. Conley's shot is off.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it, because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate. How about the timing, Kevin? That's just great execution. Jabari Parker, send it in.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz. We've always been wowed by the athleticism in the NBA, but it seems to be becoming even more athletic. And certain guys get it done, Doris, in different ways.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of examples, Kev, of guys who don't have or are not blessed with incredible athleticism, but who have found a way to be successful. Nikola Jokic is a first-team NBA player who plays very much below the rim. And then you look at certain shooters who can affect the game. J.J. Redick, he is impossible to guard because he's one constant stream of movement. So, listen, if you have great skill for your position, without athleticism, you can still find a way to have a job in this NBA.
There's a minute 34 left in the third. Leave kicks to Warren. The rebound by Niang. Jazz have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Now Moutier. To the middle. And the jam by Nicholas Batum.
And you can see the improving court awareness of Emmanuel Moutier, having an understanding for when to find his guys.
And it's McConnell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Pacers. Master Oladipo. And misses it off the right side of the rim. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
And there's the pass to Batum. Floats one, and it's good on the way up. Batum's got the lead up to 2 now for the Jazz.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Back to Canner. Right side Warren. No good off the back of the rim. Moutier with the ball. And he banks in the layup. Now it's a 4-point Utah lead.
Well, you love to see Moutier try some things off the dribble drive. Get creative, sir.
And we've reached the end of the third. Jazz out in front. Head coach Nate McMillan is mic'd up along the sidelines.
We're good, right here. Come on. Hey.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. They've got Bledsoe, Ilyasova out there with Giles. Then it's Moutier, and it's Niang in its small forward. That's the group right now for Utah. No good from Bledsoe.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Warren gets the bucket and the foul. It goes on Eric Bledsoe.
You can see that T.J. Warren has no problem playing through contact or around multiple bodies. How about the power?
Greg, you talk about the quiet producers in the league. T.J. Warren is one of the first names that come to mind.
The last few seasons, Warren has come close to chipping in 20 points a game. Doesn't do anything flashy, but he just hits his shots and piles up the points on a nightly basis.
Here's Moutier, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And the Utah fans known league-wide for their passion.
This is a very tough place to get a win on the road, Greg. You know that as well as anyone. You've got the elevation, second highest in the league, and as you mentioned, those fans are loud, proud, and passionate.
And still trying to find his footing in the league. Moutier must show improvement in his shooting moving forward.
Derek Favors checked in for Utah. Chris Middleton's checked in for the Pacers. Satoransky comes in for T.J. McConnell. Kaminsky dishes to Warren. Passes it to Satoransky. Over Moutier. The shot by Satoransky, no good. Utah leading by 3. Up top, Moutier. Niang passes to Bledsoe. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Well, the rhythm, the timing, when Bledsoe is in his groove, look out on the catch and shoot.
Pass to Kaminsky. Down low, and it's Warren with the jam.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Bledsoe against Middleton. No good from Bledsoe.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
And stolen by Ilyasova. Niang kicks to Moutier. Here's Bledsoe. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Frank Kaminsky picks one up.
Yeah, this is no longer a guy you want to send to the line. Bledsoe becoming a more comfortable foul shooter every year.
For the Jazz, Collins checked in for Ilyasova. Bogdanovich comes in for George Niang. And it's Mike Conley in for Emmanuel Moutier. Indiana also making some changes. Vucevic comes in for Cantor. And Parker subbed in for Frank Kaminsky. Bledsoe for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Bledsoe's got the lead up to 9 now for the Jazz. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Satoransky looking around. Feeds it to Vucevic. The shot's good on the assist by Satoransky.
You have to admire the confidence of Nikola Vucevic. This close, he's focused on putting 2 on the board.
Satoransky against Conley. The 3. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Parker dishes to Middleton. Satoransky against Conley. 6 to shoot. And Satoransky kicks to Parker. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for Indiana. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Shot clock at 5. With some arc. And the rejection by Collins. Here's Conley. Pass to Collins. Bledsoe kicks to Conley. Takes it from 10. The putback, and Collins is right there. And the Jazz lead by 9.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Middleton banked in off the glass.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
The Jazz have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Conley the pass to Favors. The dish to Bogdanovich. Conley against Satoransky. Outside Favors. He's off from 17 feet.
You know, he made an easy shot so much harder, and it really cost him the bucket, guys.
Stolen by Conley. we see the Jazz get the win here. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust.
All right, Dave. Great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to... For Washington.
Executing the plan here early. Still haven't missed a shot.
Wall's gone a perfect 3 for 3 so far. It's stolen by Wall. In transition, here come the Wizards. And Wall slams it home.
Look how active Wall is, especially on defense. He's constantly on the prowl.
Wall against Conley. Over to Wall. Collins trying to break free. Conley's shot is off. And now here comes Wall, leading the break. There's Beal with the 3. Here's Gibson. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Toughness and energy on the boards. An easy putback to show for it.
Bounce pass from Bledsoe. Conley dishes to Bledsoe. Lets it go from 11. Bridges with the board.
That's a break for the D right there. I mean, he takes advantage of open looks inside more often than not.
Wall passes to Beal. Outside Gibson. Clock at 6. Bridges against Bogdanovich. Bridges shot. Good.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
And with the summer's acquisition of Mike Conley, Greg, the Utah Jazz hoping to make a step in the West.
And really, Mike Conley, their best point guard since they traded away Darren Williams back in 2011. Alongside Bogdanovich, a big upgrade offensively, and he...
Whoa! Finish! Run that back. I want to see the replay now.
Gotta enjoy watching Wall take flight. He's a sensational dunk artist.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Jazz.
Well, John Wall coming back after that Achilles injury he suffered in the start of 2019. It's been a long road to recovery for him, and I know just how much he misses playing every day.
So for the Wizards, Shake Milton, he's checked in for Chandler. Malik Beasley comes in for Beal, and it's Napier in for John Wall. We've got 1:48 left here in the first quarter. Batum finds Ilyasova. Bridges against Moutier. It's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Now here's Napier, defended by Moutier. And it's Napier missing. And C. Webb, as we know, with Wall, he made the most of his time missed by finishing his degree.
Yeah, Wall was able to take the classes he needed to complete his bachelor's degree from Kentucky. I'm sure he would have preferred to play instead, but he saw an opportunity with his education and made the most of it.
Now here's Beasley, guarded closer.
Hey, who's watching them?
Now Napier. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. Just 5 on the clock. Shots good by Gibson. Gibson's got his second bucket of the night.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Moutier passes to Giles. And Batum picks to Moutier. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, when Batum, Kevin, spots a wide-open teammate, he zips the rock to him quickly. Just exceptional vision.
24 seconds left to play in the first quarter. A shot by Milton, no good.
The D hanging tough and stopping what would normally have been an easy lay.
Niang passes to Giles. Moutier looking around, shoots over Bridges, and Utah again with the bucket.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, the D is worrying too much about the other four guys. I mean, they can't give him open jumpers.
John Wall getting it done. One of the most dangerous scorers in the game. Bradley Beal spoke about.
I think the biggest thing is he's.
Owen Beal trying to grow as a leader and a star. Has to love that.
Yeah, and Brooks known for developing good relationships with his players. He pushes them, but he gives them a lot of praise as well.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And what stands out to you from Washington in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. If you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. They've got Giles, Moutier out there with Batum. Then it's Ilyasova, and it's Niang in at the 3 spot. Moutier, 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Good shot selection, largely dependent on getting open. Which players do the best job of moving, do you think, right now without the ball?
Period. Klay Thompson, 60 points, 11 dribbles. Did you hear me?
I got
60
it.
points,
Shocking.
11 dribbles.
It almost looks like a mystery, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Wilson Chandler's checked in for Shake Milton, and Smith subbed in for Napier. Here's Smith. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Smith has the floater down to a science, the rainmaker. Difficult shot that he has mastered over time.
Moutier with the ball. He's got 6. Passes it to Ilyasova. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Fleshing out his interior game bit by bit. Ilyasova knows he has the skills to get it done.
Inside. Intercepted. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. But taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. Beals checked in for Washington. Ball comes in from Malik Beasley. Shot's good by Gibson.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, that's what's frustrating because you did the job defensively to get the stop, and then you gave it right back. He'll take advantage of that kind of soft defense every time. Just give him a chance to attack the basket, and he will.
And a new regime in Washington as they have moved on from the previous GM. A lot to do here.
Yes, yeah, and it's not an ideal cap situation to work with. Fans are excited to see what can be done. They need to land a few big free agents. It hasn't happened for the Wizards in a while.
Collins against Gibson. Shot by Collins, no good. And here's Gibson. He'll bring it up for Washington. They've led by as much as 10. Got that one up quick. And the Wizards lead by 2.
Masterful ball control from Bill right there. Excellent at maneuvering around defense.
Pass to Collins. Bledsoe outside. Over Wall. They get the rebound. And then Favors with the dunk.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
Yeah, Kevin, second chance opportunity so big in this instance. They have to feel fortunate that they could extend that play.
Beal can't get it to go. So the Jazz, their last game, a loss to the Thunder in Oklahoma City. And Bledsoe with the stuff.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, G.A. He really does put pressure on you.
And guys, it's clear, though, he enjoys showing off his athleticism. The D can't give him these opportunities.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
And so many issues for this Wizards team the last few seasons have been due to a lack of an inside presence.
Yeah, inside scoring has been a problem, GA. I mean, they've had to lean heavily on outside shooting. Also, though, they've been struggling with rebounding.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Miles Bridges comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Shake Milton in for Smith. Mike Conley's checked in for the Jazz. The Wizards shooting their first free throw tonight.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
And Bledsoe, here we go. The shot, no good. Chandler with the defensive effort. Left side, Wall. Makes it off the glass. And now a 3-point Washington lead.
His individual effort has been outstanding tonight, and it's helped him grab the lead.
Conley kicks to Favors. Now here is Conley. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Thunder in Oklahoma City.
Yeah, and his energy level in that game was amazing. He did all that work offensively and controlled the boards, too.
Wall against Conley. Wall's shot is good. Wall's got 4 points in the quarter.
Wall's decision-making is excellent, especially when he's handling the rock.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And here is Conley. 4 on the shot clock. There's the triple. Here's Collins. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson. It was a great half of basketball from John Wall. He had 14 points, 2 steals, and 2 assists. After a subpar. And that'll do it for us. The third.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. An exceptional performance from John Wall.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Ball runs the point with Beal at the 2. Wilson Chandler out there with Bridges, and it's Gibson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the rope for Scott Brooks getting going here in the second half. To the inside, Wall, and it's good for 2. Wall's got 16.
Look at the muscle from Wall, willing to draw some contact.
Well, it has been a long road back from injury for John Wall, Greg. The heel issue followed by the Achilles tear.
And you just hope that Wall can make a full recovery and get back to the player he once was. Provides so much with his speed and playmaking as well as scoring.
Beal with it. Conley picks him up and stolen by Favors. By himself in the jam by Bledsoe.
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
Outside, Beal. Rebounded by the Jazz.
That works just like they drew it up until the part where he short arms the lay.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. Conley inside the line. Rebound by the Wizards. Gibson's got 5 rebounds tonight.
So that's their first miss after hitting 3 in a row to start the half. I mean, I guess it had to happen sometime.
Capable of scorching you from the perimeter. When Bridges has a great look, he takes advantage.
Back to Conley. Down low, and Favors kicks to Bledsoe. Dishes to Collins. Out to the wing. And here's Conley outside. And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for the Wizards. They've led by as much as 10. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That is his first foul of the game. Washington making some changes. Korkmaz checked in for Chandler. Malik Beasley comes in for Beal. And it's Napier in for John Wall. Then for the Jazz, Ilyasova comes in for John Collins. And it's George Niang in for Bogdanovich. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Niang passes to Favors. Good, nice job down low. Favors got the game tied up here for the Jazz. Players have different ways of leading. Some guys, Chris, are loud and fire. Others let their play do all the talking. What was your approach?
Well, Kevin, it depended on what situation I was in. When I was in Sacramento, I could be the quiet, fiery guy that led through my actions because Vlade was more of a vocal guy, and we had a really good-spirited team, so I didn't need to do much besides what we did in practice. In my younger days, when you want to win, you want to get out there, and maybe everyone doesn't have the sense of urgency that you do. You're a little bit more vocal, but I've always believed that the best leaders, no matter how well they communicate or anything else, the best leaders lead by example. And if you're telling everyone what to do and you're not doing it, usually it falls on deaf ears. So go out there and do it by example first, and everybody will follow.
Good advice.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Emmanuel Moutier's checked in for Mike Conley. Free throw good, Giles. And you see flashes of brilliance with Harry Giles. And eventually, Chris, you think he'll put it all together?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I do, Kevin. He missed so much time in both college and his entire rookie year. I mean, a little behind the curve in that regard, but the talent is clear. And there was a reason why he was once the top-rated player in the draft.
They get it again, and he bangs it home with one hand.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the putdown.
GA, strong work all around, and the rebound and the stuff both. Wow. Here's Beasley shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Beasley. We've got 1:08 left to play here in the 3rd. Niang kicks to Giles. Here's Niang. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Shot clock at 6. Now here's Moutier. Tight defense on him.
You expect him to make those. They got to do more to get a hand in his face next time.
Here's Korkmaz. Nice pass. Nice catch and a resounding dunk.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
Now, Moutier. He's got 10. And it's off the back rim. No good. Beasley outside. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Beasley's got 7 points.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Moutier with the basket. Tie game in Washington. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with Coach Scott Brooks.
Every time we contest their shot,
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. Taking a look at the Jazz. Giles is out there with Collins. Then there's Emmanuel Moutier. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovic. And it's Bledsoe in at the 2. Beal's shot is good.
Such pure shooting from Beal. I mean, Beal is a knockdown scorer from these mid-range spots.
Bledsoe against Beal. That one goes. Count it. Bledsoe's got it all tied up now for Utah.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Coach trusts him to make winning plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Washington calls timeout. Taj Gibson's checked in for the Wizards. Hall comes in for Smith. And Utah with a change here, too. Conley's checked in. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Scott Brooks' huddle, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed, guys.
Thank you, David. Bounce pass from Bledsoe. Chandler with the steal. Wall dishes to Chandler, and the dunk by Chandler.
Why you always have to be ready around John Wall? Because you never know when he's going to call your number.
Conley kicks to Giles. Bledsoe outside. Now the pass to Bogdanovic. 5 to shoot. over Beasley. Bogdanovich, no luck. And here's Chandler, who brings it up for the Wizards. They've led by as much as 10. Pass to Wall. It's Beal on the wing, guarded by Bledsoe. Beal against Bledsoe. Beal can't get it to go.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
The first one falls.
And Bogdanovich is a confident, efficient player, a guy who can play either the 2 or 3 spots on the floor.
And the Wizards making a change here. Bridges checks in. And a switcher also for Utah. Derek Favors checked in for Giants. To the paint, here's Chandler, and the dunk by Chandler.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Here's Conley, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
He's a natural leader. And when it's a big possession, Conley comes alive and finds a way to deliver.
Beal with it. Over Bogdanovich. Chandler right side. Back to Beal. There's the 3. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got 4 rebounds in this game. Wall against Bledsoe. Outside Collins. Here's Favors. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Now here's Chandler. It's Beal on the wing. He's covered by Bogdanovich. The Wizards working the ball around now. Bridges kicks to Beal. Fires for 3. That one misses. Now the Jazz take it the other way. Outside Conley. To take the lead. Here's Favors.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
Washington calls timeout. They're behind by 2. There's 39 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
Hey, they do have enough time here. If they shoot quickly to get the 2 for 1, we'll see if they try.
Now we get a chance to check out our Jordan player of the game.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
We give Wall credit. I mean, he's fought through the knee injuries, an elite difference maker out there on the floor.
And so he makes both from the line.
As confident as it gets at the line. He wants to be up there in the tight ball game.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. Utah with the ball. Conley with it. He's picked up by Wall. Offensive rebound. Collins passes to Favors. It's in!
And they still have a foul to give at this point.
Washington calls timeout. They're trailing by 2. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Guys, your thoughts?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
Or they could take the lead if they play for the 3. Interesting decision.
Here's Beal. Looking to get back on track here.
What poise from Beal. Phenomenal at stepping up his game in the clutch.
Utah calls timeout. The score is tied at 55. 11 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Conley. From the arc. Oh, and a chance to win the game, but the last second shot is offline. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. We'll be back shortly, live from Washington. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime.
Here we go.
And so off the tip, it's Washington's ball. And so they have the first opportunity on offense right here as we begin overtime. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. So the Wizards 5 right now. Ball runs the point with Beal at the 2. Wilson Chandler out there with Taj Gibson. And it's Bridges in at the 3. Pocket 2. Chandler finds Beal. Drains the three-pointer. Beal's got the first basket here in overtime for Washington.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
Oh, I love the intensity Conley plays, but it's what allows him to overcome aggressive defense like that right there.
Wall passes to Bridges. Now here's Beal. The feed to Chandler. Outside, Wall. Stolen by Conley. We play just over a minute here in OT. Wall with some nice defense. And the rejection by Favors. And it's Bledsoe off the drive, and he uses the glass on the layup. And the Jazz lead by 1.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Yeah, it seems like whenever one team scores, the other comes right back with a bucket of its own.
And Beal kicks to Chandler. He dishes it to Wall. 6 on the shot clock. There's Beal with the 3. The Wizards with another miss. And so Conley will bring the ball up for Utah to the middle. And it's Favors that time on the assist from Bogdanovich. And now it's a 3-point Jazz lead. Washington's gone 1 of 2 so far in their 3-point attempts in overtime. Beal against Bledsoe. The drive by Beal. Basket counts.
Beal is no stranger to these type of situations. In fact, he demands the ball when it's a key possession.
Here's Conley. And Gibson sends it back. Bridges against Bogdanovich. And the rejection by Favors. Beal gets a wide open look. Right between the eyes.
This is Beal's game. A fantastic catch-and-shoot guy. He wastes no time in getting it out of his hands.
Utah calls timeout. They trail by 2. 36 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. Malik Beasley, he's checked in for the Wizards. And a switcher also for Utah. Harry Giles is checked in for Derek Favors. Conley with it. He's picked up by Wall. Conley into the lane. It falls! He has tied up this game. Oh, what a shot.
And look at the calm attitude of Conley. Amazing at staying in control and coming through in the clutch.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. Bradley Beal's checked in for Beasley. Derek Favors checked in for the Jazz. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Now Beal. Clock at 6. For 3. The 3 won't fall. And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. Conley outside. Buries the triple.
Excellent at realizing when to pull the trigger. Conley's outside shot is so dangerous.
Washington calls timeout. Guys, what do you think?
Well, you need the three here. A quick one. I mean, very quick. Has to be catch and shoot. One fluid motion. A very difficult shot, but it is definitely not impossible.
There's Beal with the three. No good there. And so it's Utah who scraped by with a win. They escaped with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a great game. I mean, both teams, I felt like, gave it their all. But when it came to OT, it was just all about sheer determination on their part.
And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Rudy Gobert, and it's Bielitsa in at the 4. And for the Knicks, it's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Then there's Spencer Dinwiddie. Then it's Porter. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 2-guard position. And slam dunk by Gobert.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
Dinwiddie wide open. The offensive rebound. Robinson. Gobert with the defensive effort. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Yep, that one goes. The starting gate, opening night in the NBA, Brent. What are you most looking forward to?
I just like to see who it is that, in terms of their competitive spirit right now, is coming out of training camp hungry. Let's see in the next couple weeks which team jumps out and which coaching staffs have done a great job preparing their team coming out of camp. Now, we know that teams can fall off, Kevin. The talent will catch up. Other veteran teams may get themselves back into a rhythm. But coming out of training camp, how much more together are teams and teams that have made changes. What are they playing like?
What's their chemistry?
Let's find out how they're going to play this year.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
And a trying summer for the New York Knicks fans. After trading away Porzingis, they were hoping to get a big-name player in free agency, Greg, and they didn't.
You know, shocking they refused to offer the max to Kevin Durant. I mean, there were concerns with the Achilles, but instead he ends up in Brooklyn. Combine that with fans' disappointment at missing out on Zion Williamson, and the saga continues.
Shot clock at 6. Robinson with the block. Here's DiVincenzo. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. For San Antonio, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Van Vliet finds Bielitsa. Poked away. Here's DiVincenzo. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Leonard, no luck.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Right side Robinson. Got it. Good job in the low post.
The man was wide open there, and Julius Randle understood the timing to get him the ball to get that score.
Pass to Bielitsa. It's up a 3. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
DiVincenzo passes to Dinwiddie. New York moving the ball around. Here's DiVincenzo. Gobert with the block. On the clock. Porter kicks to Randle. Over Bielitsa. Randle no good.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And only 6 feet tall in shoes. Fred Van Vliet's not the biggest, but his toughness, his toughness, mentally and physically, is unquestioned.
And Kevin, growing up in Rockford, Illinois, gave him that perspective. Friends and family gone too soon. Basketball was the path to something better.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. Home court didn't seem to help any last time they met. We'll see if it makes a difference this time.
Yeah, and their last time playing against this club, they fell short. A lot of cheap fouls really plagued their starting unit.
But I'm sure they learned their lesson from that game. They know they can't afford to have their first unit unavailable when the game is at critical junctures this time around.
Walker looking for an opening. Passes it to Reed. Turnaround Jay. Offensive rebound Spurs. And it's denied.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Brown against Walker. Brown the pass to Randle. Third time is not the charm. 0 for 3 from the floor so far. Brown against Walker. Johnson down low to the inside. Here's Meadow. It's hauled in by Cornette.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Now here's Brown. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Randle no good.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out.
And that does it for the first quarter. Spurs lead by 7. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
On the floor for San Antonio, we've got Medu, also Johnson out there. And it's Reed in at the center position. The shot misses. Now the Knicks take it the other way. Up top, Brown. Light covering. Pass to Kennard. From past the arc. Buries it from three-point range. Kennard's got his first 3 points of the game.
Of all the action happening there, Kevin, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
The pass to Medu. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. Leonard's checked in for Randall. Spurs also with the sub. Leonard's checked in. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. 2 on the clock. It's rebounded by New York. Cornette's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. To the paint. Shot's good by McLemore. McLemore's got his 2nd basket of the night.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Here's Medu. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. A baseline J. That misses, and he's 0 for 4. The Knicks have gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. And finished off by McLemore.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Walker, bounce pass. Pass to Medu. White looking around. And here's Walker outside. That one doesn't go. Now the Knicks take it the other way. And Kennard came into the league viewed mostly as a shooter, but he's been able to provide much more than that.
I mean, better than you think when he puts the ball on the floor. Learning how to lean into defenders and step back to open up the shot is a better playmaker than he gets credit for, and we should see him take on a larger role as he develops.
And the shot goes down. Leonard's got the game tied up here for San Antonio.
The strength and that body that Kawhi has finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Brent, so many state-of-the-art arenas being built. Which feature do you think is most important?
Oh, the hot dog machine. What are we doing, right?
Right
and the popcorn. What else, Kevin?
The popcorn.
Yeah,
right
nachos.
I love nachos.
Okay.
You love nachos.
What else? I mean, what else would we go with there?
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Yeah,
that's
right?
a big one.
Because when you're done with all that other stuff, you've got to somehow kind of coat your stomach.
Yep. Was this basketball related, or did we go somewhere else?
All a part of the whole conversation.
I think we covered it.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Robinson's checked in for Luke Cornette. Porter comes in for McLemore. Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Luke Kennard. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Bruce Brown. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Spurs have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. 1:41 left to play here in the half. From about 16, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. That's now 8 points for Leonard.
Amazing how far the shooting form has come for Kawhi Leonard. He just maintains his form on any type of shot that he shoots.
Turner against Leonard. Outside Robinson. Here's Dinwiddie. No good on the triple.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Van Vliet with it. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Lays it up off the glass. And the Spurs lead by 2.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Passes to Turner. Here's DiVincenzo. Outside Porter. Three-pointer. Rebound San Antonio. Gobert's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Porter. That one a little long. New York comes into this one following a loss to the Hawks. And there's the call. It's on Spencer Dinwiddie. That is his first foul of the game. We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Now Van Vliet out left to the wing. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Money from the wing.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed. Never.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. It's San Antonio out on top at halftime. They are leading by 4. Kenny, what's... And that should do it.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. Then it's Porter. Then there's Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 2. And that's the group for David Fizdale as we begin the second half. Leonard looking over the floor. He feeds it to Gobert. They get it back. Van Vliet. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Well, Fizdale, part of those great teams in Miami as an assistant coach with Eric Spoelstra. He coaches with a lot of fire and enthusiasm. He's very involved emotionally in what his team does on a daily basis, and that's why a lot of these young players are gravitating towards his coaching style.
Mr. Gobert. Leonard, that's for 2. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Down low, here's DiVincenzo. A beautiful reverse layup. And New York hoped that Fizdale's likability would be a factor in free agency.
Yeah, I think it's going to help the Knicks as they move forward here. Try to find some stability with their coach. That way David Fizdale and his messaging can remain consistent with the type of players that they try to attract here to Gotham.
The 8-footer. And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got 10.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Outside Robinson. Here's the pass to DiVincenzo. In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. 5 on the clock. Launches it. New York now working with the new shot clock.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
The Knicks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
And a new group in for the Knicks. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Randall. McLemore has come in for Otto Porter Jr. Kennard, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Brown in for Dinwiddie. San Antonio also making some changes. Medu, he's checked in for Bielitsa. Walker comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's White in for Fred Van Vliet. And it's Leonard missing. Knicks trail by 3. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And Robinson throws it down.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Outside Leonard. Over McLemore. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
And his touch has left him in this quarter nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
Kennard kicks to Brown. Pass to Kennard. Good on the three-point shot. 6 points for him.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Pass to Medu. Leonard on the wing. Shot to stop the run. It's hauled in by Cornette.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Here's Kennard. Guarded by Walker. Kennard, the pass to Cornette. A three-pointer off the mark. Stolen by Robinson. Offensive rebound. Empty that time from Leonard.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
Outside Robinson. Kicks it to McLemore. Over Gobert. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Again, the miss by the Spurs. Knicks on offense. They're on an 11-2 run. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. New York shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. That free throw good for McLemore. For the Knicks, Julius Randle's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Porter comes in for Luke Cornette. And Turner subbed in for Bruce Brown. The Spurs also changing it up. Bielitsa, he checks in for Medu. Johnson comes in for Leonard. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Lonnie Walker. And here is VanVleet. 5 points in the game. Out to the right wing. White. They grabbed their own miss.
Like watching Randle get down, use that frame, and use those feet to move around defensively.
The third quarter comes to a close. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for San Antonio, we've got Fred VanVleet. Bielitsa is out there with Rudy Gobert. Then there's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Johnson in at the 3 slot. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's defended by Randle. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for New York. The lead is 2. It's stolen by Johnson. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Johnson's got the ball, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Turner.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Makes it, and the next one could tie it up. Robinson's checked in for the Knicks. And it's tied up with that one. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. The Knicks shooting 32% overall right now. Not one of their better showings. Now here's Dinwiddie. And a wide open look for Porter. Off target with his 3. Pass to VanVleet to take the lead. No good. Shot missing. Now the Knicks take it the other way. Final quarter of play. About a minute and a half off the clock into it. Bucket is good. Spurs have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Bielitsa against Randle. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got it all tied up now for the Spurs. And so it's New York with it. Dinwiddie passes to Robinson. The pass to Randall. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Pass to Van Vliet. Here's Gobert. Dinwiddie covering. And Gobert kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 5. To take the lead. Knicks with the rebound. Left side, Porter. And that one, good. Porter's got his first 2 points of the night.
Fleshing out his game more and more. I really like seeing Porter go to work inside.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And as things present themselves throughout a game, teams have to adapt on the fly.
And timeouts are a wonderful opportunity to just settle in and recollect the thoughts of your entire team. Not just the guys playing, but the entire team, Greg.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Mitchell Robinson.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of moves, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team. He talked about X's and O's, but he also said, hey, guys, we got to trust each other, stick together, and leave it all out on the floor. We'll see if they've got enough left to get over the top, Kevin.
And the Knicks making a change here. Kennard's checked in. Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
Now he's the one person that the coaching staff and the teammates love to see at the line in a tight ball game. You can pretty much bank on these.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. They're down by 1. 1:56 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Dinwiddie passes to Randall. Back to Dinwiddie. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter. Shots good by Kennard. Well, as we move into the fourth, it's been an even game.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times thus far.
Porter against Leonard. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. 6 to shoot. San Antonio needs to get off a shot here, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation.
Yikes, that one stings there. Hurts so much more to turn the ball over, especially with how tight the game is.
1:15 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Randall. Over Bielitsa, and the Knicks good for 2.
How about Randall? Dependable big in a big moment.
Spurs trail by 3. Outside Leonard. No good on the 3.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Inside, Randall. Oh, and he pops it off the glass. Wow. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, Greg, is that the biggest shot of the game?
He sinks the clutch free throw.
Yeah, terrific and one on that one. Those are the kind of plays, guys, that win basketball games.
To the middle. It's good!
Randall, without the ball, seeing some room where he can make an impact, rolls there, and does a nice job on the finish.
Outside Leonard. That three off the mark. And so they foul intentionally. New York calls timeout. They're ahead by 2. We got 22 seconds left in the fourth. And so it's Porter bringing it up now for the Knicks. A 2-point game. And they go to the intentional foul.
You had to foul on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
Perfect from the line. It's now a 2-possession game.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're trailing by 4. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
Score, then hope for some missed free throws or a turnover at the other end.
Yeah, this won't be easy, so a little bit of luck will go a long way for them to get back in.
Here's Leonard. Passes it to Bielitsa. It counts! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
And how about Bielitsa stepping up in a big moment here?
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible. Gets the first, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
Huge free throws, bumps the lead up to 3, and now they simply have to guard against the 3 ball.
Here's Van Vliet. Can't get the 3 to fall, and he commits the intentional foul. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
Randall really improved in his shooting range from 10 to 16 feet last year, and that just makes him so much more a complete offensive threat in any system he plays in.
So a close game sees New York take this one. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brett Berry. LeBron James, and it's Green, and it's Westbrook in at the point. And for the Hawks, they've got Trae Young. Sabonis is out there with Clint Capella. Then it's Wiggins, and it's Daniels in at the 2 guard. Westbrook dishes to Howard. On opening night, Clark, both teams would love to start off, obviously, on a winning note.
Without question. I mean, setting that winning tone, gaining that confidence that comes from winning, and they all count. Wins today are just as important as wins that you get in March and April.
Now, here's Wiggins, following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Clock at 6, and stolen by James. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, he is going to the line, but that's not a bad play by the defense. I mean, you just can't let LeBron run free. I think you're always better off making him earn it at the line.
He's off on the second.
Well, I don't think it's been a secret. I mean, LeBron James hopes to become the greatest of all time. At least that's my perspective on it. Last season, he surpassed his idol, Michael Jordan, in career scoring. He called it one of the real pinnacles of his career.
The Lakers on D. And here is Capella. The Hawks working the ball around. 5 to shoot. Daniels from outside. Dwight Howard grabs the board. And you might think about what sets LeBron James apart among the all-time greats. He's the only player who's top 10 in both scoring and assists.
Well, I would even take it a little further, guys. His overall all-around brilliance is what truly separates him from the rest of the great players, because he's top 20 in steals as well as approaching top 50 in rebounds. That's remarkable, and he's done it from day one.
The Atlanta shooting their first free throws of the game.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
He's perfect from the line this time.
You know, you think about Wiggins, drafted number 1 overall a few years ago. So many high expectations, and to be fair and honest, he's met most of them.
Now, here's Howard. Passes it to LeBron. In the corner, it's Westbrook. Rebounded by the Hawks. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home club just couldn't pull out the win.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
They've just got to be more careful tonight. It's that simple. I mean, those guys are too valuable. They need them on the floor.
Now, Robertson, following the three-point attempt by Andrew Wiggins. Sabonis against LeBron. Rebound, Atlanta. Sabonis has got 4 rebounds in this game.
Boy, not the kind of start they wanted. Only 1 for 4 so far.
Here is Daniels, guarded by Green. It's stolen by Green. The kick out to Westbrook. Uncovered. The shot will not fall. And Atlanta will come the other way.
And, you know, quite a bit of turnover for the Lakers in recent years, guys, from the front office to the coaching staff. I think it's always important for an organization to have a common voice to speak in stereo and have everybody in proper alignment from the top down to the court.
Here is Daniels, following the basket by LeBron James. Now, here's Sabonis. Shot clock at 6. Here's Young. Unable to get that one. Westbrook with the nice D there. And as the Lakers have looked to fill positions, Clark, a real affinity for candidates with the Lakers' history.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. They view it as a family, but here recently, they've expanded their options and have looked outside of past Laker pedigree in terms of filling some key spots, which is part of what you have to do if you're going to move forward and be successful.
Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 31-point game against New York.
You gotta like seeing this from Young, wanting to prove he's more than just a jump shooter.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here. Lottery pick back in 2016, Clark. If there was a question for Domantas Sabonis coming into the league, it was about his length and agility relative to NBA athletes.
Yeah, and you know, those were legitimate questions, Kevin. He's not a big-time shot blocker, but he is nimble for a big guy. Doesn't possess the typical length of a guy his size, but he's got great strength. He's got good quickness, if not speed. And that strength and quickness and know-how serve him well.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Good on the shot. Young's got his second bucket of the night.
What a great play. Totally schooled the defender on that one.
Rondo passes to Thompson. Outside, Redick from 12 feet out. Again, Los Angeles.
You know, Redick has a solid in-between game, and I like seeing him work that shot into his game from time to time.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Young taking his time here, and he hits it to tie the game up. Young's got 7 points in the game. Here's Redick. From deep three-point.
Oh, he gets it before the horn.
How about that? Wow. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Lakers lead by 3. And
even as a kid, I wasn't even dreaming about it.
Just an inspiring story, Greg. It gives you perspective on why you should be grateful for everything you have.
Kevin, without a doubt, Capella's upbringing helped shape him, and the hard work he continues to put in is really admirable.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, you know, the defense, guys, is just disruptive, active, and energetic, and you can't afford to be loose with the ball against these guys.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, Rajon Rondo is out there with J.J. Redick. Then there's Markieff Morris. Then it's Thompson, and it's Horton Tucker in at the small forward. Back to Thompson. Outside, Redick. And there's the pass to Thompson. Fires from deep. The Lakers get it back in a new 14. Morris. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Steps back and fires. Young's shot is off.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Horton Tucker. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Back to Rondo. It's deflected, and he gets it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. So for the Hawks, Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Hayes. This-Year comes in for Anderson, and Wiggins is subbed in for Daniels. James checked in for the Lakers. Russell Westbrook comes in for Rajon Rondo. Pass to Young. A lot of guys like to shoot off the dribble, but Clark, there are some that really are better at it, shooting off that catch in the NBA.
Yeah, and who do you have in mind, Kevin? I got a couple of names that I'm thinking about. What about you?
Well, I'm thinking Klay Thompson, because that backcourt is so prolific, and he's been so great at that, and that's kind of been his trademark.
Yeah, it has been. Redick would be another guy that I think that would come to mind. And even though he's later in his career now, but Kyle Korver, one of the very best we've had in the league at shooting off the catch.
To the paint, here's Morris. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And I just love the skill set that Markieff Morris has, Greg, at that forward position.
He really is a do-it-all type of forward for this team. Can step outside and shoot, but has no problem guarding anyone on the front line of the opposition.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. And it's Green in for J.J. Redick. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul against the Lakers. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Los Angeles.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Howard's checked in for the Lakers. And he banks in the layup. LeBron's got 5.
Not going to miss many chances from that range. That's LeBron's wheelhouse there.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Young against Westbrook. Young's shot is off. Los Angeles leading by 4. And the dunk by James.
LeBron James throwing it down is a thing of beauty. An incredible athlete who makes dunking look as easy as it can look.
And Young kicks to Dedmon. Here's Wiggins, and it's sent back by Howard. Los Angeles has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Green dishes to Westbrook. Howard trying to free himself up. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, you get the sense that they're going to start stretching this lead out a little bit.
And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That is his first foul of the game. For the Hawks, Clint Capella, he's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon, and Sabonis subbed in for Labissiere. Capella kicks to Sabonis. Young with no one around. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. He's got 12.
And the thing about Young's jumper, it's almost intimidating, and that unlocks so many other options for him.
Robertson, the pass to James. Back to Robertson. Westbrook with a wide open look, and the 3 ball is good. Westbrook's got the lead up to 9 now for Los Angeles.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shots for them so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
Bounce pass Young. Wiggins inside the line. No good with the wing jumper. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Jump, a competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. And that does it for our half.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Without question, Trae Young displaying his skills today.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for Atlanta, Clint Capella is out there with Sabonis. Then it's Young, then it's Andrew Wiggins, and it's Daniels in at the shooting guard. Robertson kicks to James. Lakers passing it around. Now Robertson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Westbrook, no good.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Got a piece of it. Howard with the steal. Lobbed up there for Howard. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Great reach that time by Howard. He went way upstairs to throw that one down. Can pretty much get any pass that's around the goal.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. On the wing, Daniels. Guarded by Green. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Wiggins from outside. No good that time. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. Robertson with it. Down low. Over Young. And there's Howard. That's good on the assist from Robertson. Robertson's got 3 assists tonight. The Hawks trail by 13. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. And Clark, throughout your NBA career, you always wore number 33. How'd you end up picking that number?
Well, it goes back to my idolization of Lou Alcindor at the time, who is now known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was the first big, graceful guy I saw do a little bit of everything in his days at UCLA, and then I digested all kinds of books and stories about him and just really admired his work on and off the court. Because he wore 33, I chose 33.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Hayes comes in for Sabonis, and it's Kyle Anderson in for Young. Here's Anderson, lays it up and banks it in. Anderson's got his first 2 points.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
Horton Tucker, the pass to Westbrook. And the wide open shot from Redick. Off target from 3-point range. Wiggins left side. And Wiggins throws it down hard.
Making the impossible look easy. Wiggins with the great creativity in the air. He typically hangs in the air a little longer than the average bird, though.
Redick passes to Westbrook. From outside, off the mark. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. 9-point game. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Here's Capella, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
Well, I tell you what, Clint Capella does a really good job of playing with such energy and effort, particularly on the glass, and because of that, he can hurt you on the boards.
Morris dishes to Westbrook, over Daniels. The shot's good from Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Wiggins outside. Pass to Anderson. Releases. Rebounded by the Lakers. Morris has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And out of UCLA, forward Kyle Anderson. Some call him slow-mo. Why is that?
Well, I mean, not the most athletic player. It's his size and IQ for the game, though, that makes him so effective.
Finishing with authority. You like to see Wiggins playing with that kind of attitude and edge.
Los Angeles calls timeout. And the Hawks making a change here. Labissiere's checked in. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Los Angeles. There's a minute left in the third. Passes it to Westbrook. Morris right side. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Thompson, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Atlanta gets called for the foul. This is his first chance at the line tonight. No good on the free throw.
We've seen this explosion of Canadian players in the NBA. And really, Tristan Thompson led that way. The 4th pick back in 2011. Thompson was, at that point, the highest drafted Canadian in NBA history.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Hayes. Aminu comes in for Kyle Anderson. Young is subbed in for Daniels. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And the Lakers with another miss. The Hawks trail by 8. Wiggins passes to Labissiere. And here's Young. He's got 12. On deep. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Lakers on top, leading by 8. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a... Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And on the court for the Lakers to start the fourth. Green and Rondo in the backcourt. Howard is out there with LeBron James, and it's Robertson in at the 3.
And when you're open, Rondo finds you. Always has his head on a swivel.
Now here's Wiggins. Over James. That one's in there. The Lakers lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Andrew Wiggins.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Rondo finds James. Now Howard. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Robertson the pass to LeBron. Over Aminu. Here's Howard, and he uses the glass on the layup. And the Lakers lead by 10.
Such a great rebounder. Athleticism and length. Dwight Howard knows how to use those gifts that he possesses.
Back to Labissiere. And Labissiere throws it down.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
And LeBron James Clark climbing the all-time scoring list, last season passing Michael Jordan. This season, Kobe Bryant. Clark, any chance LeBron someday passes another Laker great, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, for the most career points in NBA history?
I think it's simply a matter of his health, because if he stays healthy, then it's not if, but when. By the time his contract runs out, guys, in 2022, he'll be right in that neighborhood of my all-time favorite player, and I think the greatest player to play, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too. You know, guys, that's what he does. He just loves to play that kind of attacking basketball.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Atlanta, trailing by 10. This one for 3. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Floats it up for James.
And, you know, LeBron's a threat to score as soon as he touches it, Kevin. Such an aggressive offensive player with great skill.
Rondo against Young. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Great D that time from Howard. And the dunk by LeBron.
Another one of those special nights for LeBron. I mean, you know, if he sticks around till he's an older fella, that all-time scoring career mark, wow, might be in jeopardy.
Atlanta calls timeout. Clark, I have sat next to you doing these games for years. What's prevented you from taking a coaching position at some level? Because I hear you talk, I'm thinking you'd be a perfect coach.
Well, a couple of things. One, coaching never lets up. It's always on you, and I've come to enjoy the fact that I can be fully immersed as a broadcaster and work with great guys like you and others, and then have a period of time where I don't have to be immersed in basketball, and I've enjoyed that. And I also haven't trained or prepared to be a coach because it is demanding in terms of the hours that you have to put in. And I've got a little more job security, I think, in the role that I serve as an analyst as opposed to what might happen if I did try to be a coach.
You've got all the security in the world, believe me. Los Angeles making a switch here. Westbrook's checked in. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thank you, guys. I got a chance to listen in on what Lloyd Pierce was saying to the team. He said to them, guys, coming up, this is where the game could be won or lost. We need to make plays on both ends. Stay focused, stay locked in, trust one another. and see if they can keep that trust going, Kevin.
Here's LeBron. Another miss by LeBron. The Hawks trail by 8. Wiggins finds Young. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Yes, indeed, it is good. He's now 8 for 14.
And the work ethic coming into play there. I like how Young can just focus on the task at hand.
For 3, Westbrook drills it from outside.
And, you know, even though he's not a lights-out shooter from deep, the defense still has to be more aggressive there.
And a foul called on Danny Green. That's his first foul. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
They really haven't backed away from running and gunning at any point, but their legs still look fresh.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
1:14 left here in the fourth quarter. Young against Westbrook. Young drives in. Count it. And with that basket, he's now 9 of 15 from the floor.
An effective multi-dimensional scorer. Young is incredible at turning on the Jets when he's feeling.
James kicks to Westbrook. There's the pass to Robertson. Lakers passing it around. On the wing, Green. 6 on the shot clock. With his first shot attempt and too long on the shot.
This is a do-or-die possession. They have got to get points.
It really does come down to this. I mean, come up empty and it's over. Slane and Lane, all comers. Wiggins with the confidence to put the team on his back when it matters most.
Free throw good, Wiggins. So here's Westbrook, and now we've got the intentional foul. So it's the Lakers now. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. He hits the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you. You know, important for him to come through at the line there because they want to expand that lead.
Atlanta calls timeout. They trail by 6. 29 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Seconds left in the fourth quarter. This may be their most important possession.
No doubt about it. As long as they don't make any major mistakes, this one's in the bag.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. And so Young will bring it up for Atlanta. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him to ease up off the threes.
Here's Caruso. And so the Lakers take the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And for Cleveland, Avery Bradley is out there with Clarkson. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then there's Kevin Love. And it's Hayward in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Paul. Griffin inside. He's going up against Love.
A high motor keeps Drummond engaged defensively. He doesn't want to let any shots go in.
Outside Bradley. Here's Clarkson. And Griffin sends it back. And they're able to recover. And he recovers it. And Drummond is right there. Drummond's got the opening bucket of the night here for the Cavs.
Pursues the offensive glass with purpose. Drummond knows who he is, and boy, does he attack it.
And it's Schroeder missing. Cavaliers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far.
And you think back to LeBron's last year in Cleveland, one wonders how differently it may have turned out if Kyrie was there with him.
Well, you think back, Greg, Isaiah Thomas was never healthy. He had been a recent All-Star with another team. They were counting on his quickness and his scoring. But through it all, the Cavaliers reached the NBA Finals. Just another testament to the talent and the leadership that LeBron gives you.
Here is Love, following the score by Oklahoma City.
Well, that's the IQ of Gordon Hayward on display. He understands what the defense is trying to take away and finds the open man.
Now here's Griffin. Pass to McGee. Kicks it to Paul. Shoots over Bradley. And it's Paul missing.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Bradley with the bounce pass. Hayward can hit. Here is Paul. He's coming off a 28-point game against Utah.
And we have to mention his rebound. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
Now here's Schroeder. Shoots over Clarkson, and that one's good. Schroeder.
Well, that's a bad shot until it goes through the net.
The Cavaliers have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Clarkson passes to Bradley. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Pass to Love. 6 to shoot. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. 20 feet out. Kept alive outside Bradley. That ball's clean assist by Love.
Well, I love how self-assured Avery Bradley has become. On the catch and shoot, there's no hesitation.
Greg, when you evaluate Avery Bradley, the offense isn't what it once was, but the defense is certainly still there.
Yeah, Bradley has struggled with the scoring in recent years, but defense, that does not go cold. Still a menace to ball handlers, and his reach and length can suffocate perimeter players.
The Cavaliers leading by 3. Bobbed up there for Drummond. And it's out of bounds, and they say last touch by Griffin. Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Drummond.
We're just not seeing that same fierceness out of him defensively these last few months. He's lost a little bit of that intimidation factor. He's not blocking as many shots, and he's not making the same impact on that end of the floor.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers. And this is what we've been waiting for all summer long. After many months, Doris, basketball is finally back.
And what's incredible, Kevin, is the NBA's popularity just continues to grow. There's worldwide enthusiasm. The NBA players represent the league so well, and my goodness gracious, can they play some basketball?
Interesting how now the league, Doris, is commanding the calendar all year round. It used to be such a seasonal game. Now it's 365 days a year.
So many storylines throughout the course of the summer. Who's playing where and with whom?
And Dort gets it to go.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, Greg, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And Kevin, defensively, if you have got to foul someone, this isn't a bad choice. For Mahinmi, it's been a bit of an adventure at the free throw line.
The Cavaliers shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. That free throw good for Mahinmi. And he can't hit the second. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
29 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Holiday gets the bucket.
Wow, look at the way the big man, Noel, set up his guys, puts the pass in the perfect position, easy shot.
Here's Nunn, guarded by Holiday. Brown outside. And there's the defensive 3-second call. For Cleveland, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws. So those are numbers you'll be happy with.
And so he hits the technical free throw. Here's Harris. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Cleveland ahead, up 3. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Chris Ball talks about the matchups he faces at the point guard.
The toughest position in the NBA night in.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And taking a look at the Cavaliers' performance here, what do you guys see?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
They've got Ian Mahinmi. Pau Gasol is out there with Brown. Then it's Gary Harris. And it's Nunn in at the point guard position. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second.
Now the D giving him a little bit of space beyond the three-point line, and that's all the room he needs.
For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they come in off the loss to the Bulls. Brown dishes to Mahinmi. The shot from the low post is good.
I think if you're built like Mahinmi, you can absorb the hit and still complete the play. So how about the Cavaliers head coach John Beilein making his NBA debut after 27 seasons as a college basketball coach? Think back to his time at Michigan, the first back-to-back 30-win seasons in school history. This is an excellent hire for Cleveland.
Here's Nunn. To the inside. Lock at 6. Passes it to Harris. From deep three-point range, they get it back. Mahinmi and the rejection by Noel.
We know Noel is a superb shot blocker. It may be his best attribute, Kevin.
Holiday looking over the floor. Over Harris. Again, Holiday missing. And Doris, isn't it interesting? Coach John Beilein has never, at any level, been an assistant coach.
No, but he has made his way through the ranks, going from high school to junior college, Division III, Division II, and then right up through the ranks of Division I. So he now makes the final leap to the NBA. How cool is that, Kev?
Thunder trailing by 6. The pass to Neto. To the paint. Here's Noel. Good work there as it goes.
Timeout. Well, the D can't stick with him, Kevin. This is Nerlens Noel, a huge force on those close shots to the basket.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
Obviously, times have been quite tough lately, but you have to think back to Cleveland's first and only title in 2016. LeBron's second season back in the city, and boy, did he deliver on his promise.
A platoon swap here for Cleveland. Bradley kicks to Clarkson. Back to Bradley. Pass to Clarkson. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. And that was an incredible year back in 2016. Of course, Draymond Green in that series suspended for Game 5. Doris changing the momentum.
Amazing to think, Kevin, how quickly things can shift and change in the NBA. Credit the Cavaliers. They made the bigger shots, and they had the best player on the floor in LeBron James. That was a season to remember.
Here's Bradley. Following the basket by JaVale McGee. Clarkson finds Drummond. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And when he gets himself into the right position, Drummond so powerful in terms of finishing at the rim. The only way to prevent that alley-oop is to keep him from getting to the launching pad in the first place.
Bradley passes to Love. We've got 1:13 left in the second quarter. Ball's knocked loose. Paul with the steal. Inside. That shot by Griffin, no good.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Now here's Bradley. He's coming off a 10-point game against Chicago. Drummond dishes to Hayward. No good from outside. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
That one goes in.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Clarkson against Schroeder. Back to Clarkson from downtown. And it's Griffin with the rebound. And so Griffin will bring it up for Oklahoma City. Trailing by 4. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. To the wing right side. Nobody near Schroeder on the 3 off target. And some good action for the first 2.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson, the first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period. That's all for now. Say goodbye to the...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. And the Cavaliers with possession here. They lead by 4. And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Chris Paul. Then there's Griffin. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the 3. McGee with the block. And he's able to get it back. Just 5 on the clock. Second chance shot. And that one is off. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. And here's Caldwell Pope. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Back to Griffin. Yes, that goes in. Doris, you and I enjoy discussing pure scores, great shooters, but guys that can score a myriad of ways. Give us a couple of names that we don't always hear about that really impress you.
Well, one young man who I think has got an offensive game that is really continuing to grow and is quite beautiful already is Zach LaVine. But probably the best example, Kev, would have to be the multi-time winner of the Six-Man Award, and that's Sweet Lou Williams. This guy can score against any defense. He's great in pick and roll. He has become a better playmaker, but Lou Williams is a problem to guard.
And as people will say, he is a professional scorer.
That's perfect, yes.
Caldwell Pope right side. Back to Paul. The 3. Bradley with some nice deep.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Hayward. Here's Love. Up and in from the low block. Love's got the lead up to 6 now for the Cavs.
Well, you know this about Kevin Love. He is willing to be a workhorse on the glass for them, and you will not have him ever give up on a play.
Back to McGee. Over in the corner, Paul. Shoots the three. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
How about that move? You'll see very few players able to pull off just sensational stuff.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
You're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, this is why you hate to lose momentum. It can be hard to get it back.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers.
And here's a look at the stats for Dennis Schroeder. Last season's performance for him averaged about 15 points a game last season, 4 assists and 3 rebounds. You know, you look at the numbers and you think that this is great, but we know that he's capable of even bigger production.
You know, the numbers look okay, but the eye test tells us unequivocally he is capable of more. That is the sign of a star right there.
The Cavaliers leading by 8. And Doris, even though Schroeder changed roles when he was traded from Atlanta to the Thunder, he has embraced his new team.
A lot of people wondered, would Schroeder be willing to go to the bench and accept that role? He proved he was more than capable. And no longer having to act as a leader on a team, I think for Schroeder, he just enjoys going out and competing on a team with high aspirations. It's been a good fit.
Here's Nunn, guarded by Holiday. Nunn passes to Brown. Pass to Gasol. Over Noel. Tries again, and Mahinmi lays it up and in. Mahinmi's got 5 points so far.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work. Down
Out of bounds, Cleveland will take possession. The Cavaliers making a switch here. Drummond's checked in. The Cavaliers leading by 8. 1:05 left in the third quarter. Passes to Nunn. Out kicks to Harris. 3-pointer. Thunder with the rebound.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
The Thunder shooting their first free throw of the night here.
Well, the Thunder begin on the defensive end of the floor. This is a team whose formula is to force a ton of turnovers, come up with steals, get out in transition. Last year, 4th in the league in defensive rating.
Here's Nunn. No points in the game yet for him.
Drummond, a huge target rolling to the rim.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Schroeder with the ball. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the third. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And this is Schroeder's game, right? Get off the dribble drive with a quick first step. Nice.
Oh, he nailed it.
And it counts. Oh, incredible buzzer beater there, guys. This crowd is going wild.
And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. They've got Harris. Brown out there with Kevin Love. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Nunn in at the 1 spot. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. And for Blake Griffin, always a great outside shooter for the power forward position, Greg, but he's added range the last few seasons.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen Griffin go from a guy who might take 1-3 a game to someone putting up about 6 a night. The results have been there for him as he shoots a respectable rate from beyond.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Hayward comes in for Brown. And Bradley subbed in for Gary Harris. McGee with the block. And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for Cleveland. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Hayward can't hit.
Well, this is the night you look at your teammates and tap them on the back and say, good job, because for him, he's been struggling all night.
And here's Hayward. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. 6-point game. Occupying that instant offense role, Doris. Jordan Clarkson able to get his shot anytime.
No doubt, Kevin. He's a little bit of a streaky scorer. The challenge is on the defensive end. That's where he has to really improve if he's going to stay on the floor and impact winning.
Paul passes to McGee. He kicks it to Holiday. Shoots over Clarkson. Here's McGee. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Andre Drummond picks one up.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
The first free throw is good. And the Thunder making a switch here. Schroeder's checked in. And so he hits both. Fourth quarter still young. Just over a minute play. Hayward outside. The pass to Clarkson. Offensive rebound. Drummond. The feed to Love. Shot clock at 6. Schroeder against Clarkson. It's good. Clarkson's got the lead up to 8 now for the Cavs.
And how about the perseverance offensively? I mean, following up the missed shot, and that results in second and third opportunities.
Here's Paul. Cavaliers with the rebound. Love's got 7 rebounds in the game. Bradley deciding where to go with it. Kicks to Drummond. Pass to Hayward. Jacks up a 3. And it's Griffin with the rebound.
And that's an important rebound, especially on a night where the board work has not been their best. Yeah, just a simple one-hand flush.
I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike. Now, here's Clarkson. From 17 feet out. And he overshot that one, missing. Thunder trailing by 6. To the right side. Paul, no one around him. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And Griffin has battled knee injuries during his career, but his persistence is incredible. Still a nightly double-double threat.
Griffin hits them both.
Well, consistency is so critical, especially in clutch moments. This guy has got that gene.
Works and dishes to Hayward. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Pass to Love. Over Caldwell Pope, and there's Love. That's good on the assist by Hayward. And that's now 6 points for Love. Al Paul. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Back to Paul. Lets the 3 fly. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by McGee.
Well, when you're careless with the basketball, you can expect that to happen.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Pass to Love. Great D that time from Griffin. Thunder trailing by 6. He dishes it to Paul. He feeds it to McGee. It drops. And now they trail by just 4.
And throughout his career, Paul has tortured defenses in the pick and roll. Excellent at slicing passes around guys.
Now here's Bradley. Baseline try, and that one's good. Love. And the Cavaliers lead by 6.
How does Kevin Love slip away from the defense, comes up with a gigantic fourth quarter score?
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. They're trailing by 6. There's 38 seconds left to play here in the fourth. What do you think, guys?
Trying to stay alive, they've got to work quickly.
This is the very definition of desperation mode right now. They need a quick shot and a quick foul.
And so here is Oklahoma City. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter, and the slam dunk by McGee.
We are talking about a very solid passer at his position. Schroeder identifying an open teammate.
And that's an intentional foul. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5.
The one thing with Clarkson, sometimes he can get a little out of control, and he does a tremendous job creating offense and putting himself in a position to attack.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Well, just knocking them down from the charity stripe, extending the lead. Simple basketball.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. They're behind by 6. 29 seconds left in the game. Here's Griffin. Yes!
And the future Hall of Famer loves to dish the rock. Paul has a pass-first mentality. He makes everyone around him better.
And an intentional foul right there. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game. And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. Andre Drummond grabs the miss, and now they decide to foul intentionally. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Selected 9th overall in the 2012 draft, Drummond's carved out a nice NBA career for himself.
And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. From deep. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. So we see the Cavaliers get the win here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Kevin, big job tonight in winning the game. What do you learn about your team when you win a game like this?
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you.